Good afternoon, everybody. It's Fantastic Friday. We have Mike Zuber from One Rental at a Time. Mike, how's it going, my man?
It's going great, man. I look forward to this conversation. This one comes to my this is the guy. Everybody asks, like, who would you want to meet? I want to meet this. I want to shake this guy's hand one day.
Yeah, Gary V. Yeah, he's a man. He's a firecracker. What's really funny is his lineage is the same as mine, and really? Yeah, so it's kind of.
Well, then he set me up. Come on, what's the deal? You got to know each other.
Not quite. Yeah, it's but that intensity. Yeah. Oh, that intensity, and his parents were a lot sound identical to my grandparents. Like, just, my grandfather was the first one to be like, if you don't go to college, you're going to be a loser. I'm like, relax with the loser thing.
Yeah,
I'll do fine.
Yeah.
So that went that way. But one of the things I wanted to talk about, because Gary always talks about it, which is, he uses different wording, but we'll use the clean version, which is dumb stuff ruining your life. Purchasing dumb stuff ruining your life.
Yeah.
I know that. So you had done that exercise, which I thought was a great video, which was the needs or wants, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And we walked all of us through it and said, need it, want it. What's the life you'd love to live? The good news is that mine's about $40,000 a month.
Yeah, that was impressive.
Yeah. The bad news is not quite there yet.
Yeah,
not even close.
Not even close. Yeah.
But talk to me about what that really means to you, kind of, because I know that you've done such a great job of needs versus wants. And I know that Gary's kind of just building on that point.
Yeah. So again, for folks that don't know, I went on a long run yesterday and I needed motivation. And for me, Gary V is that kind of he just talks and I want to keep running, right? My brain says stop and Gary V says keep going. So I had like 65 minutes of Gary V yesterday. And one of the things that really speaks to me, and again, it's because I did it, right? Most of the things that speak to me are because I can acknowledge they're in my past. And in my 20s, I've said it many times, I was already, quote unquote, the successful one. I'm the only one with a college and master's degree in my entire family. I was making six figures before I was 27. The unfortunate part is I was enjoying six figures before I was 27 and buying all kinds of dumb stuff. And I was buying it because that was kind of my circle of friends, right? We were all buying dumb stuff. And frankly, we were competing to buy dumb stuff. Yeah. And as I think I said yesterday in Dion's video recorded for his channel, I ended up having to cut people out of my close friends, out of my network, because as I moved into understanding needs versus wants, they didn't. And it was uncomfortable. And then it made me mad. I'm like, you don't understand how dumb you are. And you are going to have to be in this life, this high stress 90-day sales cycle or 90-day thing where you could be fired for lack of performance. And I just don't want that for my family or myself. Right. I just didn't want it. And the don't buy dumb stuff really hits me. I mean, I have belts in my closet that are nearly $1,000 and I have worn like 3 times. I've got shoes that are ridiculously expensive that I've never worn. It's just dumb stuff.
This is probably one of the most expensive pieces of clothing I wear.
Yeah. Dude, I have a shirt that costs $2,500.
What? What's it made of? Gold?
It's a custom Dior shirt.
A Dior couture?
Yeah.
Yeah. An ex-girlfriend.
And I've worn it once. I've worn it once. It sits in plastic wrap. I wore it once. How dumb am I? I'm just so stupid.
I mean, I used to think you're the smartest person I ever talked to, but man, a Dior couture shirt. I don't know.
Yeah. That was in my 20s. That was nearly 30 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, literally, I have an ex-girlfriend that loved Dior.
Yeah, that's why.
That's exactly what made her my ex.
Yeah, like, that stuff's ridiculous. I mean, that stuff is stupid expensive.
Yeah. I said to my wife, I was like, okay, do you know who Dolce & Gabbana is? Dior is? Do you know who those are? Do you know who those people are? I have no idea. Perfect.
Good.
Let's go on a date.
Yeah, awesome. I'm going to take you to the McDonald's dollar menu. We're good to go. Costco pizza and hot dogs.
Exactly. I've always told her, I was like, listen, it's going to get better over time. It's a slow ramp. It's like the wheels of justice. They're slow and deliberate.
Yeah, but this dumb and buying dumb stuff. I mean, how many of us? Again, this whole video. I mean, again, I'm sorry, I'm a little ramped. Gary V is still. I still hear him talking in my head. After 65 minutes, it doesn't go away in a day. It'll probably take the whole weekend.
It does.
But do me a favor. Pull up your last month's credit card statement or bank statement, or however you pay stuff. Go down the list and say need versus want.
Yes.
Too many of us have too many of us have wants on that list, and Olivia and I took no wants for 15 years. We go from 100% expending to 50% because we X'd the wants. It was uncomfortable. I was visibly upset, as I've shared many times, different points of this year, because you just don't know if it's working.
Right.
It does work. And for most of you, the good thing is it's not going to take 15 years because you're not replacing 2 6-figure incomes. You're replacing less. So again, take your credit card statement right now, go get it. Bank statement, need versus want. I want to hear from you. What percent or dollar amount is a want? Because that's your opportunity. You could start socking that away.
That's right.
And live on less.
So to that end, so that's what Emma, the person who's going through the Lumberjack Landlord course, is doing right now. She is doing the spreadsheet every single day.
Yes.
When we talked about it in the beginning of the month, I said, what do you think you spend in a month? She said,
that question.
About $1,000 a month. I said, including rent. She goes, yep. I said, okay, sounds good. I said, I'm guessing it's at least 2x or 3x that. She goes, no way. So she's been doing that for the month of September. Yeah. She started on the 1st. We posted the first video. She's actually at a halfway point. She actually got COVID. Oh, no. So she's sick right now. I hope you get better, Emma, but she's sick right now with COVID, but that's going to negatively impact or positively impact her spreadsheet.
Yeah, because she's at home. I'm not spending gas.
Yeah, exactly. Which kind of pisses me off because it kind of throws off the process.
Yes.
So a third of the month is going to be like, well, I didn't really spend any money except for this little time of here. But like I said, this is something where the daily discipline is she's going to see when we just go back and look at it, what money did you spend on things that you just didn't have to spend? Yeah. And if it's $50 there and $20 there at the end of the month, I bet it ends up to $500-600.
Probably. I mean, most people I've had the luxury of doing this with hundreds of people. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Most people are off by thousands of dollars.
Thousands. Yep. It's usually 2 to 3x.
Yeah.
So if you say 2, it's 4 to 6. If you say 3, it's 6 to 9. Yeah. I've seen somebody say 4 and it be 15.
Yeah. Oh, and then they go, oh, it's a bad month. My ass is a bad month.
I'm like,
you got a leaky boat.
You've got a $4,000 house payment. You've got private school on top of that. I was like, you got $6,000 in 3 payments.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Your fixed cost is kind of dumb, right?
Yeah, crazy. So Mike, what are your final thoughts on this? Keeping from buying the dumb stuff, right? What are your final thoughts on this? I think it's a great exercise for everybody to do. Take out your credit card statement. Yeah. The Lumberjack Landlord document that you guys have, that you have in the free course, literally just go day by day and put it in that spreadsheet.
Yeah, it is shocking to me. Again, I'm so happy with the How to Get Started One Rental at a Time course. Thousands of members in it now. But I have a course that's $99 called Get Your Money Right, which you are in. And it's all the things we talk about, choices and all needs versus wants, and taking price tags and turning it into discretionary time, which is just so eye-opening to people, right? It doesn't cost you $1,000. It costs you 128 hours of your life.
Right.
Folks, stop thinking price, think hours. And not enough people appreciate it. And again, everything I talk about and do is what Olivia and I did. And getting our money right was the only reason we could keep this journey going. And we just stayed on it for 15 years. So got to get your money right.
There's many levers and knobs in the game of life, right? And maybe it's a revenue issue. You need to make more money. Maybe it's an expense issue. You need to spend less money. Almost for everybody, it's a combination of the two.
It's probably both.
It's probably both. And so the neat thing is if you can cut $500 a month off of your expenses and add $500 a month on a side hustle, that's $1,000 net.
Swing and save it all.
Right. And you save it all. And in a year, boom, down payment. There you go.
There you go.
Like there's the power. Mike, tell everybody where we can find you, my friend.
One rental at a time. Book, YouTube, Instagram, website.
So guys, as I always like to say, lumberjacklandlord.com, Lumberjack Landlord on YouTube, 11:30 a.m. Eastern time this Sunday. Mike and Dion think 4 hours. I think I would cry. But
that's why it's 4 hours. I want to see the lumberjack cry. Let's just be honest.
That's awesome. Just don't kick me in the shins.
No.
So it's crazy. But stay tuned for that awesome live webinar. Your questions, my answers, and there's going to be a special treat in there for folks too that we're going to make sure to give them as well. Nice. But Mike, that's everything I have for that session. Let's go do session number 3.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, my friend.